Alright, everybody. I got a bit of an update, and, yeah, it's not great. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not a cool thing. The whole Patreon thing, it's definitely more complicated than I thought it was. I alluded to this a couple of days ago on Twitter. It's like, yeah, boy, this whole Patreon thing's a little whack. So anybody who actually visits or drops by, I want you to know that what you're seeing is, like, more than likely not the case. Alright? Over on my homepage for Patreon, it says that I make, like, $100 a video, right? And that would be awesome. That would be amazing if that was the case. Because, it takes me like 3 days to pump out a video. You get the filming. A lot of that filming was already done, by the way, for the videos that you saw recently. You get that footage, you get it cut up, you get all the backgrounds and stuff in, you get all your layers, all your sound effects, all that kind of stuff, and it ends up taking a while, especially if you're rendering on a really old computer. Oh my god, this thing that I'm on, it's really old. I love the hell out of her because she's a beast for kicking it this long. But yeah, it's definitely a slow process now. When it comes down to it, if I was like working a real job, I would make a lot more money in that amount of time. A lot more. I used to make like $100 a day over at my seafood job, and there were the downfalls, of course. But it kind of pays the rent. It doesn't pay the student loans, but it pays the rent. So the fact that I'm streaming as well as making videos, I got a lot of generous people helping me out all the time on Twitch. And I was thinking that would be a good recipe, to keep content coming out over on YouTube and, do the whole Twitch thing. And Patreon was going to be how I was going to do that. Lo and behold, I do not actually make $100 a video. I have this option set up so that you can donate per video that I release. I did it like that because I thought it would be a good way to motivate me being creative. It's like, hey, you want to make some money, you got to put out a video. I don't want to just have like a flat monthly fee for people to pay, because that doesn't do anything for me. If I get lazy and sit on my laurels, and I know that money's coming in anyway, it's like I might just be a piece of crap enough just to sit around and let it roll in. I didn't want that. I know what I'm like, you guys. So I set it up so that every video that I make, hopefully somebody would be able to contribute. But I've got it also so that people can drop off whenever they want. It's like one of my biggest contributors. He only donates for one of the videos. So, yeah. As soon as he donates that, then he's not a part of the rest of the month, right? So I guess in my Patreon, I think a lot of people might have it set up that way, because when I actually look at how the videos came out and how much each one of them paid, we were down to nobody there at the end. We were down to 3 people who were helping me out on Patreon. So it's like, boo-hoo, Lofi, yeah, who cares, right? But the dilemma here is, and this is the thing that I want to let everybody know, it says on Patreon that I make $100 a video, no matter when. It doesn't knock those people off, as it's getting further into the month. It just says I make $100 flat on each video, and that's not right. Right? I put out 6 videos last month, because I really need a computer, you guys. I really, really need a computer. The thing I'm running on, bless her heart, but she just doesn't have the sauce where she needs it, you know? So we got to get that computer. And this was like my stalwart attempt at doing that. It's like I'm going to put out 6 videos in a month, and hopefully we can use that to put against the cost of a new computer. Well, after everything was said and done, I ended up making like $200. So it's like, ooh, wow, that hurts. 3 days per video, and I'm not just putting an 8-hour day into it, you guys, you know? It's like, if it's a day off that I've got, I'm putting the whole fucking day into it. Anyway, so, future creators, viewers, anybody who is considering being one of my patrons, know that that is out there, right? Know that there might be some huge balance that's listed on Patreon that somebody's getting, but don't think they're getting that. You know, at least not if they have the pay structure like mine. Because I can't do it, you guys. I can't spend that amount of time, have less than I would if I was begging on the street for that. You know? I could look at me. I am hobo material. I put a little charcoal on my face. It's like, God bless you, God bless you. You know, I could make a killing like that. Don't make me do it, Patreon. Fuck. Update your numbers. Why would it be better that that would be the default? That it's showing the maximum amount you can earn in a month, when that goes away almost immediately. Why would that be the default, huh? It should be rather important that it scales down as the person is being paid less. Because at the end of the month, I have 3 or 4 patrons that are actually supporting me, right? Maybe have a little, like, you know, a ghost window set up of 1 bar, because there's a bar, you know, it shows like the amount that you want to reach in a month, and it's like, here's how far we are in that progress. Well, maybe have a little ghost bar with like the full, like, hey, this is when you had 14 patrons, but now you're down to 3, and you only make $12 a video, right? Doesn't that seem a little bit like it could be reasonable? I know that I know nothing about math or algorithms, and they're like, sorry, our algorithm isn't perfect. Well, no, there isn't even a good one for this system that you've got set up. You know, it doesn't update to show what a person is actually making, and I don't know who that falls, you know, in the benefit column for. You know, programmers are so smart. I don't think that it's a mistake. I think that this is just kind of the way that they're able to get a little bit more money, you know, because that's always mistakes these days, especially when you're talking about people who've got a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of talented people working for them. Yeah, everybody. I don't know where this falls in terms of, like, a video. If it's just me belly aching, it probably is. It probably is. But I want you to know that if you're a creator and you choose to go this method with Patreon, things are going to get confusing. I've never actually had like a place that deals with money online be this confusing. And I'm betting that's making somebody some money too. So all right, bitching session over, you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.